Hi, everybody. With interest rates jumping up, there's a lot of people thinking, hey, maybe it's not a good time to buy. Well, I have some hacks, some mortgage hacks on how you can get a lower interest rate than the interest rates you're seeing out there. So I got three different mortgage hacks for you to beat the rates today. Um, we're seeing investment properties today around 7.5% for 30-year fixed. We're seeing owner occupied loans around 6% interest rate. Well, my three mortgage hacks can help investors and it can also help owner occupied. So first, let's talk about investment properties. So on one investment property, I help someone. They basically have a 0% interest rate um, on their house. I'm going to show you how. And then another one, they have 5%. So not 7.5. Now, why is this important? Because A, they cash flow better. They're able to make money when you buy an investment property. B, you're able to buy in the window of opportunity because right now you're actually seeing pricing below appraisals, where the last couple of years everyone was paying above appraisal. So then the other thing is there's a really good incentive to these programs that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about owner occupied in a second, but you're able to have available funds for when you see a new opportunity. So here's how it works. Well, for that one person, I got the 0%. Basically, they get a variable rate loan combined with a checking account. So this is what's cool is in the past, you would get like a $150,000 mortgage, and then you had $150,000 cash, and you would be paying interest on the 150,000, and the bank doesn't give you interest back on the 150,000 cash. So I got this client a $600,000 mortgage, but basically they aren't using all that money. They have the $150,000 loan of it. They have 150,000 cash. It offsets. They basically are getting a 0% mortgage, but now they have $600,000 available cash to find something, and when they do, that rate would be 7%, but it depends if they flip or whatever they do. um, they're they're going to be able to find something in the window of opportunity. Now I had someone else who bought a new investment. They paid 420, and they basically had 150,000 in a checking account as well, and they have their loan for probably around three-ish, or maybe less, just less than that. So here's what's interesting is they would have spent about $32,000 in interest, but because they have 150,000 in the checking account that offsets, they're only spending $19,000 in interest. So they're saving a ton of interest, and they're using their reserves to offset it. Now, if they ever need their reserves, they can always pull it out. And so but in the past, normal checking and loans never offset each other. With this particular program, it can. So it's like they're getting a 4.5% interest rate in a market where you're going to be paying 7 or 7.5. So what about anyone? What about people other than investors? Well, you can do seller finances. So we have a client right now that they are offering a 4.75% interest rate. So you can find some seller finances out there where people are offering you an interest rate and you don't have to go the normal banking route. And then the third way, we had a client have a 2.75% interest rate that you could assume had someone else have a 2.5% interest rate that you could assume. So you could just get a 2.5% interest rate, even though rates are like it's 7. So here's the deal on these ones. These are for only owner occupied. So you have to qualify for the VA or the FHA program. You have to move into the house, and then you can be able to get that rate. Now, there there can be some issues as far as some of these you might have to put more money down than others. It just depends on how much is their loan amount and what the purchase price, but we can definitely help you with that. So who do all these programs work for? Well, they work for anyone who wants to buy in today's market during the window of opportunity, one of the best times to buy a home. Because when's the best time to buy a home? It's when people are scared. It's when most people aren't. It's when you can buy below appraisal. This is one of the best times. It's also for people who like to have cash reserves on hand. They don't want to give up their cash reserves. It's also for people that want to buy an investment property, want an owner occupied. Um, and people that want more availability of funds in case an opportunity arises. But these are the awesome mortgage hacks on how you can get a lower interest rate even though interest rates are higher today. Give us a call. We're excited to talk to you. 801 966 4000. Talk to you soon.